Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm going to talk about episodes 3 and 4 of True Blood, this right here. I have some things that I want to share about like this TV show. In the show, and in the book, Sookie Stackhouse is a psychic waitress who works in Merlot's bar ran by Sam Merlot. I actually, like I mentioned before in the previous video, my number one gripe against the TV show is those opening credits. That guy who's singing in the opening credits is okay. I mean, it kind of sounds like Garth Brooks, but that song is annoying. The opening credits, the pictures on there, they're just as annoying, if not more so. I mean, because I'm not exactly a big fan of snakes. They got a big old rattler on it, and I'm like, oh god, it makes me want to throw up. Looking at it. Not to sound mean or anything. But one thing that I would definitely do is Eric the Northman. He's the owner of Fangtasia. It's the vampire bar over in Shreveport. He's not the guy that plays Eric. Looks like he escaped out of a grunge rock and roll band. I mean, you could almost pass him off as Kurt Cobain's brother. I mean, seriously, he looks just like him. My personal favorite is, I have read a lot about the vampire named Bubba, and it's just a shame that he's not in these episodes 3 and 4, 5, 6, and 7. Because I just want to see how they portray him. I'm going to definitely have to get my hands on, a Blu-ray player and get from Blockbuster both seasons and sit down and actually watch them. Because I'll tell you what, these are the regular DVDs, the ones that I've got here. These guys, or otherwise Tony and I would have got both seasons. I mean, I would love it to get a Blu-ray surround sound DVD player thing. But yeah, seriously though. So I want to see the whole series. Other than, just fast forwarding through the actual opening credits, which aren't any word annoying. But one of the most hilarious scenes is in Merlot's, because what happens is Sookie's standing there, doing like they do where they're like pouring the ketchup from one bottle to another. And Sookie takes the bottle of ketchup, and I think it's in episode 3 or 4, it's whichever one the grandma dies in, and she takes the bottle of ketchup to Andy Bellefleur, who's the local deputy or sheriff, well, he's not the sheriff. He's, a detective, and nobody treats him with respect. Well, that's because he's a jerk, and a horse's rump. Well, and he's like, Sookie tells him what she knows about where her brother was the night before, and Andy starts thinking about, she's lying or he's lying, and, she can hear, of course, where she's psychic. Sookie hears what Andy's thinking, and she looks at him and says, after he's like, well, I'm not going to look at her and I'm not going to call her a liar to her face. She's like, look, I don't care if you look at me or not and call me a liar, but I'm not a liar. And, it's like, you find yourself almost rooting for Sookie, through these episodes, because it's just like, she's such a believable character. And Bill, I just look at Bill and think, dude, there are parts of you, like, where he's, like, indecisive. That's the part that reminds me of, Lestat, or Louis from Interview with a Vampire. Because Interview with a Vampire, if you read between the lines, Louis is very indecisive about everything. Well, and, it's just completely weird. But anyway, one of the most moving parts of the show is, and if I'm remembering right, that's in this, on episode 4, where Bill goes and talks to the group in the church, and there's all kinds of stuff going on, and he's like, he actually sees a picture of him as a mortal man with his wife and kids, and he starts crying blood tears, and he's like, He's like, I, miss my family. It was a shame I wouldn't ever get to be with him again because I got made into a vampire, not by my own choice, which is kind of like Lestat. If you read the book, The Vampire Lestat by Anne Rice, you'd know that, Lestat wasn't given a choice. He was made into a vampire by not Marius, but as the other guy. Well, anyway, I do like Sookie, and I like most of True Blood, just like I said, though. Eric's not what I had in mind for Eric, and those opening credits just get up my crawl worse than anything. Well, anyway, folks, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a very great evening. Bye.